recording. Okay. So, general. It'll give you a cube. First thing we're going to do is we're going to move our camera. So I'm going to click 1 on the keypad and then G on the keyboard. This is our move key. And I'm going to hit X and move it so that this little dot right there is as best as possible on that blue line. And then I'm going to rotate like this. Yeah, I'm just going to rotate. And then R is rotate on the keyboard. And then Z. And then just kind of rotate it a little bit as best as possible. You can also do this if you go to this toggle for camera. And then rotate Z. And try and line it up so that this is as straight as possible. Okay? Well, once it's set up like that, it'll be easy to do stuff. I'm just pulling out and moving a little bit. I'm going to RZ and then rotate this cube to be on that line. Okay? First, we'll put in our cones. So if you go add, mesh, not cones, but cylinders, okay? It's going to be there. If I move G and then Y, because I want that green line, okay? To size something, you hit S on the keyboard. If I just want to move it on the up and, because if I just hit size, it's going to move the whole thing, or size the whole thing. But if I hit Z, it's just going to size it like that. And then you can hit Shift D on the keyboard, and then if I hit X, it's for the red line, it'll move it over. That duplicates it. Shift D duplicates. If I want to add a cone, again, I'm going to go add mesh cone. Again, it's going to put it at the same exact point. GZ, because I want it to be up. And I can hit this view. I'm going to actually hit 3. So again, the number pad G, Y, to slide it on top, okay? But it's not the size I want it to be, so I'm just going to hit S and just size it so it's just a little bit bigger. And then I can hit Z and just kind of shrink it just a little bit so it's not so tall. And then I can hit 1, 3, I like that. I think that looks pretty good. Okay? That's your cones, okay? If you click, was it Shift S? No, not Shift S. Shift right? No. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Where's the shift click? It's not shift. What was it? Let's just right click. Oh, just automatic right click. You can go to shade auto. You just have to make sure it's clicked on and it'll smooth all these out. Okay? Once you get all your cones and stuff, then we can go back to your cubes. So add your cubes. It'd be under cube, under mesh. Because I shift right clicked, it moved it over there. So that's on me. But I'm just going to put it here and I'm just going to move it up forward. Okay. Because it's like this, I don't want that. I want it to be rotated as well like the other ones. I'm going to rotate it like that so it lines up. Oh, let's make sure that these are the same height. Okay. So that it's like that. If I want to size this, I can go size Z and shrink it just a little bit. And then I'm going 1, G, Z, and moving it down. Okay? Again, I can size this any way I would like to. So if I want to make it a little bit longer this way, you know. And then maybe make it a little thinner, like, whoops, I hit G. That's okay. Whoops. Making it a little bit thinner, okay? But I'm gonna move it over, and then, whoops, I hit H. If you accidentally hit H, that hides it. You just go Alt on the keyboard and then H, it'll bring it back. That happens a lot when I'm trying to hit G. So that's on me. Okay. I'm going to start using a mouse. Okay. I'm going to do it on this cube first. And I'm going to go to edit mode. Okay. If I go Control R, you're going to see how I have these things. This is a loop cut. If I scroll on the mouse has a little thing that rolls. That's how you get the little scroller. So, even numbers, just like what we did in class. So that's 2, 3, 4, okay? So let's say I want that. And if I go like this, it'll move it side to side. I want to try and keep it as straight as possible, okay? And then I can go Control R again and go over, so I want to go over like this. And let's say I want 6 on that one, okay? And then you want to make sure that you're changing from this point to this point, or points, vertices, and then we want faces. So holding Shift down, I'm going to click my faces going around. As long as it's an even number, it should be equal all the way around. Okay. I want to what's called extruding. Extruding just means that I'm pulling it up. So if I hit E, it's automatically going to do it on the Z axis, and I pull it up. Okay. So there is my cube with those. I have to go back to object mode to grab my other cube. Okay. And then go to edit mode, Control R. And then that's 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. That's my choice. Okay. And then again, Control R, but I want to go that way. Oops. And if you click it, it'll automatically do it. We don't want that. So you want to scroll before you click. I'm going to go 4 that way. Okay. And again, so when you do loop cuts, it automatically puts it on the edge mode or the side mode. And then faces, holding Shift, clicking around, skipping every other one. Oops. And if you click on the one, you just click on it again, still holding Shift. E again to extrude, pulling it up. Okay. If I go to object mode and go into the camera, this is what I see. Okay. You can move it around. So what I can do is click my camera, G, Z, pull it down. And if you're on the green line and you go R and X, it's going to rotate it this way. So I'm going to do it from this view, so I'm going to go R, X, and I can move it up and down, okay? And you can also move it back while you're in camera mode, so I can go G, Y, I'm not clicked on it, G, Y, and see I can move back into space, okay, to see everything. If I were to render this, so if I go image, render image, it's going to take a second. This is what I get. It's kind of plain, so if I go shading, I can click on that cylinder, say new, and then let's say I want it to be like an orange, okay? And then for this one I want new, but I want to make sure it matches that orange. I can actually go to this little world, material properties. I call it a world, it's not a world, but it's a sphere. And I can change it from material 2 to just material 1. Like that, and it automatically changes it. The cube, our basic cube, should already be set up. I'm going to say that's blue. Actually, let's say that's red. Okay. And I want this one. I'm going to say new. And then the red one. My cone, I'm going to say I want that to be yellow. Okay. And then if I go render image, this is how it looks now, okay? To save it, you go image, save, you name it, and you save it, and you would send it to me on the canvas that we have set up for our extra credit. Make sure it matches your castle that you've already created to get the extra credit points.